again to another video. In this video I will show you how to change the language on the Renault Scenic 2, and you will learn about other functions by the way, like changing kilometers to miles or fuel consumption, change our VIN number and much more. Because the whole procedure gonna be carried on the bench, I will need proper wiring. But you need to know that everything I'm doing on the bench you can do also by OBD2 on the car side. The tool I'm going to use for this is Renault e.t.c tool and comes in original box with a magnetic lock in which we find a standard OBD and USB cable AB. I also gonna use the I/O terminal adapter for the bench testing. Of course you can use any adapter, but you need to know its wiring, because you need to know what you're putting together. Our bench testing adapter diagram looks like this and is available on the product side. And of course you will need a 12-volt laboratory power supply. Okay, that's it about tools. Now I will prepare them to work. So this what I'm gonna do now is just attach the OBD cable to Renault e.t.c tool and to it bench testing adapter. And you must also remember to connect 12 volt to the bench testing adapter, but after connecting instrument cluster, not now. Now I need to connect the instrument cluster, and information on how to do it can be found in the software. Let's get download the software then. And again, traditionally I will show you how to do it from our server and from the manufacturer server as well. Okay, I got the software. Now I have to attach Renault e.t.c tool to the computer with a USB cable. As you can see, new device has been detected and USB drivers were installed automatically. To be precise, it is Windows 7 64-bit version, but the software also works great with the new Windows 10. Once the drivers has been installed, we can run the software. Now I'm looking for the right car, which is Renault Scenic 2 2004-2008 instrument cluster. As you can see, instruction is visible here. Works by OBD2 or on the bench connection, which is what I mentioned at the beginning, that works on the bench and by OBD2 as well. And below is the information how to connect on the bench. Look at this, gray 30-pin connector P1. It is the gray socket on the back of the panel with 30 pins. And below we have given how to connect to this socket. You need to know that inside the gray socket you will find the numbering. Here, as you can see, on the left hand side we have socket pins. On the right hand side are the OBD pins. So let's get to work and make connection according to the diagram. And here we go. Now we have to make sure that the connection is correct and solid. At this point I have to turn on the voltage plus 12 volt. Now click Wake Up. It's working. As you can see, the panel has turned on and we see some message in unknown language. Then click the arrows next to the Wake Up button. And now car mileage is visible on the odometer. And if you click again, we see Yakit message, which means fuel. Okay, let's change the language. Now I need to disconnect the 12-volt power supply and reconnect again. And then click Wake Up and change language. As you can see, the software pointed us currently installed language, which is Turkish. And please note that Renault e.t.c tool doesn't read memorized languages from flash memory. By default we get a list of many languages on the list to choose from. However, it all depends on the languages was written by manufacturer to flash memory. It may happen that after changing the Turkish language to German, we will still have French. Why? Because the manufacturer didn't provide for German. and then we will get, for example, default language which might be French. I know it's a crazy scenario, but sometimes it's like that. So let's change to the English then. As you can see, it took a few seconds. And the language was changed, as you can see in the console. Writing configuration done. To make sure, click on the wake up button. As you can see, we have all messages in English. Now I'm 100% sure that the language has been changed. Click turn off. Let's go to the second part of this video. As I said at the beginning, apart from changing the language, you will also learn about a few extra features here, which you can do with the Renault EQ tool. By clicking on Change Unit, you can change Distance Unit, Consumption Unit. As you can see, we have a couple of options here. How many miles we will do per gallon? I know, gallon make a difference. I agree with that. To be honest, I don't know which gallon, American or Imperial. I know that's US gallon defined as 3.78 liters and the Imperial gallon defined as 4.55 liters. However, I think it is up to Renault. And finally, of course, we have the option to change kilometers per liter. To be honest, for me all these settings are okay, so I will not change anything. I'm gonna to close the window and leave it as that. Let's change the mileage and click Change KM button then. As you can see, the software read the mileage from the odometer and I can modify it now. Let's say I will set this to 35,000 kilometers. After which we will hear a sound beep from the odometer. But in the software we will see the programming has been successfully completed and information below to disconnect any cables from the gray socket or disconnect the power supply for 5 or more seconds. Because the EEPROM has been modified, but the old mileage is still stored in the RAM and by resetting we will refresh. That's why we have to disconnect the power and reconnect it. Now, to make sure that the new value is stored, click Read EEPROM. And here we see EEPROM value with the new mileage. But if you want to see all EEPROM memory dump, then you have to click on Memory Dump tab. Now we can save it to a file with the bin extension. Actually, it is strongly recommended to make EEPROM backup before and after work just in case. Sorry, but I have to say this is very important thing. Odometer manipulation in the motor vehicle in many countries and in 25 EU countries is strictly prohibited practice. You can go even to the jail. I want to say at the end that the Renault EQ tool can change also vehicle identification number. For me this number is alright, so I'm gonna leave it like it is. And one more thing I recently discovered. There is a website where you can enter your VIN number and you will see photos with its location. If you are interested, click in the description below. Okay, so there is something else? Yes, it is. It's something useful tab. You can find one VIN CRC calculator and second calculator for radio pin code. Yes, and it would be pretty much it. But at the end I will tell you procedure to disconnect the Renault EQ tool from instrument cluster. It looks like this. Click wake up, then turn off. When our instrument cluster is completely off, we can safely disconnect it from the power supply, disconnected wires from the gray connector and install in the car. That's all. I hope the video was helpful and thank you for watching, and let us know in the comment by hitting thumbs up or down if the video was helpful or not. In the description below you can find links to our stores and other mentioned in this video. Also contact with us. So thank you again and to the next video. Cheerio!